Thank you for the opportunity to meet you all and to share with you one of my lifelong passions, which is keyhole surgery. I returned from America in 2001 when I started here as a consultant, having seen a operating theatre that was fully integrated, and returned to the chief executive, and I said, there's this great idea where you plumb all the wires that trail across the floor and dangle everywhere, and plumb them all through into an integrated theatre and have all the equipment at your side, making things very ergonomic. But I'll just introduce some of the principles of keyhole surgery first of all, then I'll show you around the theatre. Then I'll talk a little bit about how we can zoom surgery, and we can answer any questions at the end of that. So a long time ago, people were using telescopes, and this telescope in my hand that you can see is a 10mm telescope, and you can put this inside the body and look inside the abdomen, the chest. You can even look inside the nose and into the brain. This is quite a big telescope. This is the original big ones. So when video cameras were made small enough, they were attached on the end of these telescopes. We used to just look down them with our eyes and look inside a body and wonder what an amazing world it was, like Jacques Cousteau. But instruments then followed along, which are only 5 or 3mm. They're keyholes. You can put a number of those in. So the other thing is a light lead here of fiber optic light coming out from a box up here, and that gives us incredible illumination. You can see it's like a lightsaber. It's incredibly powerful. And light is always very important in operating theatres. We have big lights that you can see that come down and over a patient, and it's always the anaesthetist's job to move the light for the surgeon. We sometimes, when we're flying business class, we ask for the anaesthetist to move our lights and switch it on, but that's very rare. But what we have is visualization and illumination and huge magnification with this telescope. So if you look into the palm of my hand, you can then see, if I drag one of these screens and up close, these are one of these mounted screens, you can see the fingerprints on that screen there. So there's huge magnification. So it's a form of microsurgery without a microscope. So you can get wonderful views. Originally, we had old monitors that were like TV, box TV, like we used to have 30 years ago. And then we gradually moved to flat screen technology. And part of this new operating theatre is one of the main elements of it is upgrading to 4K technology. So these screens give us even more detail. So we can see tiny capillaries inside the body, see tiny nerves, and it's a very exciting world. That is the essentials of keyhole surgery, and I've been doing this now for over 20 years, and we've been teaching and learning from lots of other people around the world. I've had the opportunity to fly around Europe and other parts of the world and operate on live anesthetized piglets, for instance, to simulate small children, and actually to use equipment that different companies are trying to sell us, and the charity money that's over £1 million we've had in this last 15 years in terms of charitable money to buy keyhole surgery equipment. So we there's a lot of training involved, and the great thing about this type of surgery is that everybody can see. So you can see here that there's actually 3 screens that I've got set up here. So you can move the screens around the room so that everybody can see. But often when a trainee is trying to perform surgery, I need to look and see what they're doing, and our heads will clash as we look into a small wound in a small baby, for instance. But this way, I can see a trainee, and so can everybody else. So we're democratizing the learning process. And if you might have seen, 500 years ago in northern Italy, everybody used to crowd round on wooden seats just to see live surgery and learn a little bit about what was going on. But they were often so far away, all they could see was blood. So not only can everybody in the theatre see what's going on, they can actually we can actually send all of this live through Zoom or a Microsoft Teams meeting. We just as this new equipment arrived in this theatre a few months ago, we did live surgery on a small girl that was 6 years of age, and she had some tumours in her lungs, one on either side, and I was able to do the surgery keyhole and remove the tumours from her lung. But I was able to share that with colleagues in Leeds, Nottingham and Birmingham, and they had a group of people in a Teams meeting like this. But I was able to give them the image up there that you can see on the screen as a full screen mode in Zoom. Thank you very much again for, as you said, all the blood and sweat that people have produced in order to raise funds. I'm always amazed how people of Sheffield and the surrounding area contribute to the children's charity. We are very, very lucky, and I've always taken spending that money very seriously. And I'm more than happy to play off a few companies against each other to ensure that we get the best deal and we get the best equipment for children in the area. Thank you very much.